students who studied in Nigeria, by the time they graduate and they have opportunity to travel abroad, maybe to work, they will have to write some other exams because the certificate from Nigeria, the first degree, is not really, they don't see it as such. Like now, UK is calling for teachers. UK is calling for teachers. But when you get over there as a teacher in the UK, there are exams you write. There are certifications, exams you are going to write to get some certifications. They have the QTS, the qualifying teacher status, and some other exams and certifications that you have to write because they feel that your certificate, your quality of education is not as good as theirs. So all of these things. So looking at these challenges, looking at these, what do you call it now? These drawbacks, we can say that if a student wants to study and he has opportunity to travel out to study, it is better. It is better. Because number one, over there, you spend less years. A course that you will do for 4 years, even the 4 years is not guaranteed yet because of strikes and all of that. When you get over there, you do it for 3 years. And there is no interruption, no academic interruption. There is no interruption whatsoever. So, and then aside that, you're going to get quality education. Quality education. You'll get the best and you'll be taught by the best. The lecturers there will give their best. I think Ayomide can testify, can attest to that. He is over there. So the lecturers there will give the best. There is commitment, there is dedication, there is quality of content. Content of what is being taught. There is quality of content. And then there's an employee environment. You can even work and study and all of that. You can comfortably work while studying and fend for yourself. So all of these factors makes it easier over there than here. So I can encourage any student who wants to go over there to study to quickly go. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. You did great justice to that question, and I want to encourage every one of us listening. If you need to, let's say, Sapa or Japa, Mr. Innocent is in charge of Double Success Educational Consult. So he will help you through that. In fact, they do a lot of things in Nigeria. So let's go to Mr. Ayomide. Mr. Ayomide, please. We have seen that we have to jack out because a lot of things are happening. So, sir, I want you to help us with some of the, how is the system of education like in Cyprus? Some of us who want to know how is the system of education, their culture, if possible.
Okay, well, when it comes to Cyprus, the first thing I would say is that it's peaceful, very peaceful. You can literally leave your door open and go out, and no one will break into your house. You can literally walk at night as a lady by 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and you are sure that nobody is going to molest you. So it's one of the beautiful things I love about this place. And it's historic. Cyprus, it's been there. You have Salamis, you have a lot of ancient cities and their ruins here. So it's historic. And it's just a generally calm place. Now, when it comes to the education here is modeled like other educational standards in Europe. So what that means is that here, and the majority of people just finish in 4. Like many people just feel, what's a rush? I should take things gradually. But many people, some people, not many, quite a few people who work, do a lot. They can take a lot of more courses and they finish earlier. So that's one of the great advantages in European standard. So that's basically the culture, and the way they do it here also is that each course has some lab hours, what you call practical. So depending on the type of course, if it take for instance you are doing engineering, so and you are taking a course, let's assume you are doing electrical engineering or computer engineering, and you are taking a course on circuit, So you do 3 hours theoretical where the teacher teaches you, and then you do 2 hours in the lab where you have to set up the circuit. You have about the educational system. Overall, there is no problem or situation whereby the lecturer teaches you and he doesn't bring out what he taught in the class. No, when you sign up, you have your uh, module SIS system whereby you take your courses, and for each of those courses, the lecturer will upload the study materials, virtually slides. So each course has its slides. So you read the slides, you take some practice questions, do the assignment, quizzes, which are continuous assessment, and then you do the exam. So it's very easy to get an A, and it's also very easy to get an F here. That is how it is in this side. So I don't know if I've answered your question, or if there's anything more specific you want me to talk about, I'll be happy to talk about that also.
Okay, just one aspect I want you to, although we still have about when we listen to others, but I think, what about their religion, racism? What do you say about it?
Okay, well, racism is not relevant here. Of course, there have been, I think, in my 8 years, there have been a case of racism where somebody insulted a black student, but the authorities were swift about that. They fined the individual, and the individual was made to make an official apology on the Gazette, the newspaper, as well as on all social media channels. So it was yes, it was funny at the end of the day, because when the video came out, I know I did the video, but at first it was an accusation, and the lady in question was kind of saying, this, I didn't do this. So the video came out, and the police went into swift action. In fact, over here, the police will tell you that if you have a case with the indigene, you have to call us. Okay, don't be afraid of calling us, because generally African, they don't really trust the police, maybe that they travel abroad or one thing or the other. But even though the police have tried to do a lot of reassurance, if you have any situation, call me first. So generally the culture, the racism is pretty low. Then also, I don't know, there's a background noise coming from somewhere. Is
Please,
also there is on the aspect of religion, Cyprus, it's the northern side is Muslim, the southern side is Orthodox. Now, the thing about it is that religion, like in all Western countries and European nations, it's not really taken serious here. So you have Friday, and little or nobody is going to the mosque. Likewise, on Sunday, little or nobody is going to the church. Friday is for club, and Sunday is to watch football. So that is their religion here. So religion is not really that much. But of course, if you're an African and you want to go to church, there are churches here. We have churches that are here. I also happen to be a serious member of one here, and that's how basically that's what I can say on religion.
Okay. All right. Let me just hold it there. I think you've made a little. In fact, you've done justice to that. At least it's a safe place for anyone coming. It's not a place that someone should be afraid of saying, "If I come, I need to be watch this, watch that, watch
No,
this."
no, no. It's very safe.
Okay, all right. Okay. Please, can you tell us some of the opportunities that is studying in Cyprus, the opportunities?
Okay, well, the opportunity varies, but I will say this, that you have to be industrious, okay, to be able to climb up the ladder. So basically, when you come in, you will start basically from menial jobs, and that is just basically to get into the system. But you can cross train, okay, so you can be working in a store as a salesman, and then you can be hardworking, and then you can take a course or two, and then, or maybe probably after your this thing, you can switch over to become a sales manager. So you can cross train, and you can climb higher the ladder depending on how industrious you are. So, but I will say this, that I don't really recommend, based on my own experience, I don't really recommend undergraduates, especially young people. If your parents can sponsor you, I believe that parents should virtually do the job so that the young ones are not distracted. Because over the time, I have seen cases of people come here, especially young people, they work, and they are now earning in euros. And you know, €1 is 800 and something naira. So even if you earn 100 euros, you are earning by 80,000 naira, you know, per day. Or if you earn maybe at the end of the month, you get €1,000 or 15 euros, depending on your arrangement. You're earning close to almost a million plus, you know, compared to your colleagues in Nigeria. And so they get carried away by this fact, and they don't focus on academics, which will give them more reward in the long run. So I don't usually recommend the work for undergraduate. For graduate, postgraduate, of course, you can work, but for undergraduate, I don't really recommend the issue of work. But however, there are jobs available, and the job available also, it requires you, if you can learn their language, the local language, which is Turkish or Greek, it gives you a step, you know, a further step ahead, and it helps you because you can now communicate not just with foreigners, you can communicate with the locals. So it gives you a step ahead, and you can be able to, you know, climb higher also in your career ladder. So I think that's what I have on their work and their career. On the issue of schools, there are quite a number of schools here, and I would say there is no limit, you know, to the course that an individual decides to study. So you have schools, and like every other place, there are, you know, different categories. There are some that I would like to say they are the big four. So you have Cyprus International University, where I'm currently studying and working. You have Nearest University, where I did my undergraduate. You have Guinea American University, and you have Eastern Mediterranean University. So they are each of them, and they are in 4 regions. So like each state, they are like the top star. So overall, the one that is best for very many people is Nearest University. Cyprus International University is good also in the sense that they give scholarships to students based on merit. But when it comes to educational standard, lecturing, access to facilities, and the assets, you know, on ground, Nearest University is leading. So in Nearest University, they have their hospital, they have their car museum, they have their garage, they have their botany, they have their park, they have their garden. It's large and mass. So that's it for Cyprus International University. It's let's just say overall most student friendly, you know, and it's also recommended. Each of them also have their strengths and weaknesses. You have the Eastern Mediterranean University, which is good, but they're very expensive. And you have a Guinea American University, which is also good and is loved, but majorly people just love it because it's by the sea. So when you study there, you get the sea view, you know, a lot of things. So that's it. And the prices of these schools vary. The easiest and cheapest it is to come will be Nearest University, followed by Cyprus International University, and then followed by Eastern Mediterranean University, and lastly Guinea American University. So these are majorly on the 4 big schools. There are also lower tier schools. There are satellite campuses, you know, and there are also some schools that offer just short certificate programs. And I think that's basically all when it comes to the scopes of schools available. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. I still wanted to answer further. Thank God you also mentioned it while you were talking. What is their price like? What should we be expecting as far as fees are concerned? Some people may want to know, okay, this school, the fees for BSc, for masters, for PhD. Some people are here, they want to do their PhD. Some people are here, they want to do their masters. So can you help us out with that?
Okay, so for nearest university, I will focus on that. For nearest university, you have a situation whereby the total school fees is about 2,800 euros, and it varies for courses, but majority of the courses, the school fees is 2,800 euros. Actually, it's supposed to be 5,600 euros, but the school gives a 50% scholarship to all African students from the global south, and to all students from developing countries. So each African student automatically qualifies for that 50% scholarship, which make the tuition fee to fall down to about 2,800 euros, and that is per year. So in a semester, the tuition fee is 1,400 euros. And then because sometimes they understand that a lot of people, their parents are working, and the money may not come en mass, so the school has what they call installments. You pay by instrumental payment, and whereby take for instance, as a new student, you are coming in, your initial deposit which you pay to the school, so the total tuition fee for a year is 2,800 euros. You divide that into two, you have 1,400 euros for each semester. So as a new student coming in, you don't have to pay the full payment. You make a deposit of 1,000 euros, and then when you submit your application initially, you send your WAEC and your international passport to, I think, Mr. Emmanuel, who is and Mr. Innocent, who are the host. You can then, they will process it for you, and then you will get a conditional acceptance letter. So that conditional acceptance letter states that the school has accepted you into their program based on the condition that you make a payment. That is why it's called a conditional acceptance letter. So when you make the payment, then you get your full acceptance letter, which you can take for visa. And if you don't want to go for the stress of visa, you can also do visa on arrival, whereby the person that is here can be able to do the visa from you from the Ministry of Interior, and do everything for you, so that you don't have to go through the stress of going to embassy and all that. And the good thing about it is that the visa percentage, as far as you're a student, is 100%. So if you're a student, the visa acceptance rate is 100%. You are not going to have any trouble coming inside. So with that, you pay the 1,000 euros, you book your flight, and then you can do either the visa whereby you go to the embassy, or you can do it either the person that is here do it for you. And then with that, you come inside the island, and then when you come in, you can then pay that balance of 400 euro, that was left. Remember, it was 1,000 euros, and then you pay the balance of 400 euros. And then subsequently in the other semesters, you can enter into an installment plan with the school, whereby you pay in installments, maybe 4 installments or 8 installments. So if it's 4 installments, you'll be paying every month a certain amount, maybe 300 euros, 400 euros, or depending on the amount that you agreed with the school. So that is how eventually the prices of schools are. For Cyprus International University, the school fees there is 3,099 euros. So to come in, you pay the first deposit half semester school fees of 1,550 euros, and then for the next semester, you pay in also 1,550 euros. So that one you can only pay per semester. So that is generally for the school fees. For Eastern Mediterranean University, I don't really have the figure of that in my head, because I didn't really have much today, but it's generally more expensive than CIU, and I would not recommend there. And GAU, Guinea American University, I would not really recommend that, because that is also expensive. The school fees of that place is about 3,000 euros and above per semester. Now, when it comes to accommodation, because I know a lot of you may be wondering, for the accommodation in nearest university, you can either pay for the dormitories. So when you pay for the dormitory, it covers the internet, the water, the electricity bill, the heating. Heating also is a major problem here, because here we have winter. Like currently now we are in spring, we are just winter. It's just we are just coming out from winter, and it's been cold. So heating also consumes electricity. So in the dormitory, they cover all that, and the price for the dormitory is 650 euro per year, and for 10 months actually. And for outside accommodation, you can stay in a room if you want your own room, because in the dormitory the rooms are shared. But for outside accommodation, you can take your own room of 50 euros and then can pay, or you can get a house, your flatmate and with other people, you can get a house and you can stay there. So these are basically issues that has to do with the cost. So I don't know if I've been able to make justice to that question, Mr. Emma, so that I know.
Okay, I don't know. If you have any question, please you can indicate so that if you have any question, please you can indicate. Before I have a question for Mr. Innocent, but I want to be sure that we are together. Okay. But if you can't send any message, if you can't say anything, maybe you should just type. We understand. Okay. I want to believe that it is clear. That's why there is okay. Do you want to say anything in the patients? Do you have anything to say or any question?
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Please, I have a question to ask in regards of studying in Cyprus. Maybe as a graduate, maybe you want to study master's degree or so on. If okay, let me start with applying for studies over there. What are the possibilities or the probability of you getting admission there? Is it just passing the exam, or are there any other things you need to ensure properly so that you be sure you are getting this admission? So that's what I wanted to ask.
Okay. Is there anybody that has any other question to ask? I hope Mr. Yomide heard that. So we can. Okay. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Someone just raised up her hand. You can go ahead.
Sir. Based on what Mr. Yomide said, he talked about ECTS. So I want to
Okay.
ask, you are like, me months I will study my 4 years course for 4 years. I can actually slash. So I want to ask someone that is going for medicine. Let me say I'm going for medicine and surgery. And normally in Nigeria here, medicine and surgery is 6 years. So can somebody slash medicine and surgery and cover it up in 2.5 or 3 years? That is question one. Then question two is, how do we go? If after been telling us about Cyprus, how do we learn Japa? What are the processes? Are we writing exam? And by what, how many admissions do they have a year? Some people do March admission, some people do September. So like, when we are interested, that's why we join this meeting. So when do we start applying and all that? Thank you.
Okay, Martins, I saw your hand. Just hold on. I don't know if Mr. Ayomide will need me to ask you to, because the question already is, Mr. Ayomide, should you answer this one first, or do we?
Let me answer because so that I don't make him, because the first question I'm already forgetting what the
Okay,
person was asking. So, but let me take this second one, and then the first person can re-ask, and then we can do justice to that. Now,
okay,
for the person asking about medicine, medicine is a professional course, and it's very serious. In fact, I didn't even mention that for medicine. Remember, I made a statement that the school fees vary. For medicine, it's a whole different level there. So for medicine, the tuition fee for medicine is about 12,600 euros per year. So which is almost 5 times or nearly 5 times the cost of the average tuition fee for normal courses. So medicine is very expensive. Although there are some schools that can give you up to 75% scholarship, for that. So it's expensive. Now, uh for medicine, you cannot troubleshoot. Okay, you cannot finish your ACTS. In medicine, their curriculum is totally different. But the good thing is that for medicine, the degree that you get is equivalent to a master's degree. Okay, so how do I say this? When you take a 4-year course, you get a bachelor's, and then you can go for master's. But however, when you do medicine here, the medicine degree that they are giving you is going to be equivalent to a master's, course. You can take that. If you want to further, you can further into doing a PhD directly, in medicine. But a lot of people doing medicine, I think they are not interested in academia. So that will favor you if you are going to academia. So for medicine, you cannot troubleshoot. You cannot do it in 2.5 or 3 or 4, because even after you do the medicine, you have to take housemanship. Okay, so if you do it here, you have to do 1 year compulsory housemanship at the hospital. It's automatic. You do it automatic. You work in the university hospital. If the university does have an hospital, you transfer you to the government general hospital, where you'll be working there, and you do 1 month of a compulsory practice. However, if you are from tropical countries, you can apply and go back to Nigeria and do your housemanship there. So that is also there. Let me also say for other engineering students, especially, and I think business admin students, you have to do what they call internship. You have it there also in Nigeria, but here also you have it. You have to do your internship, and they call it summer internship. You do two of it. Okay, so 2 intensive summer internship that will last 3 months each, and it's compulsory, and you have to do it, and they get certified, and they take pictures and do a lot of proofs, video call, and for them to certify you. So generally for medicine, you cannot troubleshoot, and it's a whole different ball game. In fact, their curriculum is different. It's not like us that we have 2 semesters. I think somebody was mentioning, when can the person come in? If a person can come in by March, and generally there are 2 semesters. You have one that is going on. They call it spring semester. It starts February and end by March. And then you have the second one called fall semester that starts from September and ends by October. So that's virtually the 2 major semesters. So for normal undergraduate courses, everyone follows those 2 distinct. But for medicine, they don't even have, let's say, semester. Sometimes their courses run all through the year. They get a 10 days break and they begin another semester, and 10 exams. A lot of different things that goes on there about medicine. If you need more details, I can send the curriculum to Mr. Emmanuel, and then he can share it to you people if you need more details about that. I hope I've been able to do justice to the question for the person that asked.
Yes, you have been able. Thank you, sir.
Nze, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, repeat your question.
Okay, I think if you want to do your master's in Cyprus as a graduate, What are the possibilities or the probability of getting the admission? Is it just by passing the exam? That was my question.
Okay.
Okay,
Is
sir,
that
go
what it
ahead.
is?
Go ahead. Yes, I
Okay.
think she's
So
talking about how do we gain admission for
okay.
masters.
So I'd spoken a little bit about that. Let me say again. The admission processing here is not difficult. The only exam that you get when you come here is English exam. Now, the English exam, it's majorly done because there are a lot of foreigners that come here to study. So they want to be sure because the course of the language of instruction for your course is English language. So they want to be sure that you meet that basic requirement. So most of the times, there are situations whereby if you get up to a C in WAEC, or I think a B, yeah, I think now it's a B. If you get up to a B in your WAEC, they can exempt you from that. However, if you don't get up to a B, you go for the English language exam. But let me stress it very well. There is no need to fear. It's very easy. Like I say, the exam is just to make sure that you understand basic English language. So you take the course, the exam rather, and the acceptance rate for Nigerians so far, I would say maybe is almost 100%. I have not seen a case of a Nigerian failing that exam. However, there are people from Francophone countries and the Arabic countries who also have some issues with it. But for Nigerians and the people from other Anglophone countries, they have no trouble with the exams. So that's the only thing. And the acceptance rate, like I said earlier, it's very high. You only get rejected if your results are fake. If you are coming as a graduate student for masters, you can only get rejected if they cannot validate your transcript, or if you cannot provide a certified transcript, you get invalidated. And if also you arrive and you get to school and you cannot produce your original result for graduate, if you cannot produce your bachelor certificate, for if you are coming for undergraduate and you cannot produce your WAEC certificate, the original copies, your admission gets terminated again. So these are very important points you should note. Apart from that, there is no other reason why your acceptance rate is going to be poor, or is going to be why the acceptance rate is poor, why you are going to be rejected. On how you can come, I said something on this earlier. You send your documents. I think Mr. Emmanuel he's in charge of that. You send your documents to him. He will forward it, and then the school will process it, and you get the conditional acceptance letter, like I stated earlier on. The conditional acceptance letter signifies that you have been given admission based on the condition. And that condition is that you pay in the stipulated amounts for school fees that has been written on the letter. When you pay in the amount, you get the acceptance letter. With the acceptance letter, your name is automatically sent to the embassy where you can go for your visa, or you can do visa on arrival whereby somebody here can do that for you. Then when you are done with that, when you are done with that, you book your flight ticket, and with your visa or visa on arrival, you are eligible to come to Cyprus. You come to Cyprus and you begin your school. So it's just basically a 5 simple step process to get everything done. I don't know if I've been able to answer the question of the person that asked.
Okay. Martins, are you still there? Do you have any question to ask? Martins, yeah.
So,
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
so my question is about the school fees payment, sir. Because when you were speaking the other time, you were like using medicine as an example, that their school fees is totally different from the average student school fees. So I want to ask, the school fees you mentioned the other time, sir, is it for the undergraduates, or it covers both the undergraduate and the postgraduate studies, sir?
Okay, thank you very much, Martins, for that very valid questions. Now, for the school fees I mentioned, the 2,800 euro, it covers for undergraduate. For graduates, it should I say much cheaper, because in graduate you pay per course. So when you are doing the graduate studies, you are mandated to take 7 courses, and after that 7 courses, if you are doing it with a thesis or what you call dissertation, you are to, you take it with a thesis. If you are not doing it with a thesis, if you are doing a master's without a thesis, then you are mandated to take 10 courses. So each of those courses you will take, or subjects, each of those courses cost 350 euro. So when you multiply 350 euro by 10, you get 3,500 euro, which is the total school fee for a master program for the whole 1.5 year. So if you are doing it with a thesis, you get 350 euro times 7, and then the cost of thesis is equivalent to the cost of three courses. So if you are doing it with a thesis, it still ends up totaling to the same 3,500 euros. So whether you are doing with a thesis, whether you are not doing with a thesis, is the same amount for masters. And this for masters is the same amount for all courses. Okay, for pharmacy, whatever course you are doing, the same amount for all courses if you are doing a graduate program. Now, for undergraduates, like I said earlier, for normal courses, engineering, social sciences, law, art, graphics design, and all what have you, you fall under the normal courses of 2,800 euros. However, for medicine courses, like medicine, dentistry, pharmacy, the prices are a little bit different. However, for nursing and other health sciences, like health management, health organization, and other health sciences, the prices are virtually the same. Okay, so you don't have to worry. But for this department, medicine, pharmacy, dentistry, the prices for these courses are completely different from the normal distance. For pharmacy, it's about 4,800 euros per year. So for dentistry, it's about 11,900 euros. For medicine, it's 12,600 euros. So these are the differences in the prices.
Okay, sir. If you have any more questions or anyone, you can raise up your hand. Meanwhile, double success consult is actually the organization that is like an agent for this. So I'm going to call up our boss, Mr. Innocent, to talk to us on how we can, because everything Mr. Yomide have said now, you need to come, as we are going to take you through this process so that you don't need to stress yourself. So double success will be doing this, both your acceptance, making sure it is accepted, doing whatever thing that needs to be done. Even we can even help you to process your payments and all that, which we can do for you. So I'm going to calling up our boss, Mr. Innocent, to tell us how we can get this so that we can start doing whatever thing we can do now. If you need to get any consultation from now, then we can begin it. So let's call up Mr. Innocent. Yeah. So are you there, sir?
Okay, can you hear me? Let me just
Yes, sir, we can hear you now. Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's part of what we'll do. Double Success Educational Consult is an educational consultancy firm that is based in Lagos, and we offer a wide range of services within the academia. School consultancy, teachers development, teachers training, teachers recruitment, branding and rebranding of schools, sales of educational materials, and then this processing of study abroad, and all of that. These are the things we do. So the issue is simple. There's no long process. Anyone who is interested will just reach us, and then we'll put you through the process And our fee is not much, just processing fee of 5,000 naira. So that's not money, but we understand that these are students, so we just want to help out and all that. So our organization is a go-to when it comes to study abroad and other scholarship opportunities. So we'll put you through, we'll hold your hands and guide you through on what to do, how to go about it, and till you eventually, get into school or get admission. So that's just that. We are available, we are on ground to assist you to realize your study abroad goals. So that's that. Thank you very much. We don't know if there's any other
Thank you
thing you
very
want
much,
to.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So on those of us on the WhatsApp group, we are going to drop a link for those that will be interested so that you can register and we can begin to process the admission for you. So if you are interested in Cyprus International University, Eastern Mary Mary Taram, then Near East. So whichever one you want, we are going to help you out with the help of Mr. Yomide to make sure that we 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 get you the best of all the information you will need. You need to trust us on the process too, and just wait for the information as soon as we are done with this webinar. You will see the information, so you can begin to register and reach out to our boss. And I'm sure up to taking you to the airport, we are ready to do it for you because we are interested in your education and everything about you. So, Mr. Yomide, there's something that just came to my mind and I want to ask you. You talked about uh, um, scholarship. Uh, is there any exam for the scholarship, or is it like you pay the money and you get the scholarship? Because I don't know, you talked about you pay particular money and all that. So we want to understand what does it look like for those that want to enjoy the scholarship privilege.
Okay, so on scholarships, uh, there is what we call merit scholarship. Okay, so the merit-based scholarship is whereby if you can achieve a very high CGPA. Remember, like I said, all international students come with 50%. So if you can achieve a very high CGPA of 3.7, you get 100% scholarship. If you can achieve a somewhat high GPA of 3.65, I think also 3.6, you get a 75% scholarship. So that is how it's being done. So that is how the scholarship goes. You have to achieve a high CGPA. And like I said earlier, getting a high CGPA is not difficult here. I know a lot of people that, in fact, from their year one to their year four, what got them going was the merit scholarship. Now, there is also a scholarship exam. That one is being done by Nearest, and whereby they do an exam, and then the top 50 best people, get 100% scholarship. The next top 100 people that come on that get a 75% scholarship. So that is how it's been. So other people, I think there's an echo coming.
Is there anybody that wants to ask any question? Hold on. When it's through, we can ask the question, please. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, so I think there's an echo coming somewhere. So, and then with that, you get an a 75% scholarship for the next 100 people that come on the list, and that is how it's being done. So these are the two scholarships that I'm aware of: the merit-based scholarship, whereby you achieve a high CGPA, and then you get a scholarship in CIU, and the exam scholarship. However, I should add a word of caution that the exam is really tough. So only take the exam if you are really sure, that you can be able to achieve it, and if you are sure that you can be able to work hard enough to achieve it, for the exam scholarship. And then for the exam scholarship, you have to pay a certain amount to register for it. It's, I think, about 200 euros that you pay, and you register for the exam, and then you get the scholarship. So that's that for the scholarships that are available. But however, remember that all international students, get an automatic 50% scholarship for foreign international students from developing countries, global south, and African countries. So that's that. We can't hear you, Mr. Emmanuel. I think you are muted.
Muted. Okay, sir. Sir, someone just called me, asked me if there is commercial courses and art courses, sir.
Okay, so I don't really know what the person mean by commercial courses. So I think there's a Mr. Emmanuel from your. Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, I said I think there's an echo coming from you.
Is it better now?
It's better.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't really understand what the person means by commercial courses. So does the person mean what does the person mean by commercial course? Does it mean business administration?
Yes, business administration, accounting. Like for commercial courses, we have business administration, accounting, social science, and all those things. So I don't know if that is what
art courses.
arts. Okay, art courses. Okay.
Like English,
Okay.
and literary studies, history, and international relation. All of those, courses. I think that's what the person meant.
Okay.
Okay, so yes, we are art courses. We are talking about business administration and all that accounting we have. However, on history, you would not get because, like I said, courses are offered in mediums. There is one for international students, which the mode of teaching is in English, and there is one for their local students, which the mode of teaching is in a Greek or Turkish. So for the international students, the courses that you have there are very generic. A course like history that will focus on maybe regional period or something is not available for international students. A course like music, which will focus on musical instrument, is not available. It's there, but you cannot access it for international students because the mode of teaching is in a Turkish. If you want to take such courses, you have to do a 1 year Turkish language learning or Greek language learning, and then you enroll. So, but if you are talking about accounting, business administration, civic studies, international relations, and all those other courses, they are there, they are available. Banking and finance, social relations, tourism and hotel management. Those courses are available. Those ones are very much available. So the person need not to worry about that. If you are worried that if you are talking about art, like graphic and designs, cartoon animations, TV production, journalism, communication and media studies, all those courses are available also. I think you are muted again. You have to mute Mr. Emmanuel. Yes, Mr. Emmanuel. Yes.
All right. Samuel, you can go on, please. Samuel, please, you can go. All right. Mr. Samuel, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear
Yeah,
me?
can you hear me?
All right. Go ahead.
Good
Good
evening. Good evening,
evening. Good
everyone.
evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Go ahead.
My question
My
is,
question is,
who want
who
to do
wants
change
to
of
do change of
department
department
at
at
undergraduate level
undergraduate
or
level
postgraduate?
or postgraduate?
Change of what?
Department, like
Department, like
switching
switching from
art.
Okay. Mr. Yomide, I think she's talking about can one change course? Abi, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. All right. Over to you, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
I think, Mr. Emmanuel, there's something wrong with your connection because whenever you are not muted, we hear an echo. But when you are muted, the echo stops. So, however, let me go on. Now you are muted, so it's fine. For changing of department, it's available. But you need to understand one thing, okay? When you change department, you have to bring your transcript, okay? Like I said here, they work here by ECTS, the courses you have taken. So let's assume that you are in a course like mechanical engineering and you want to switch over to, let's say, petroleum engineering. Or let's assume you are in a course like banking and finance and you want to switch over to business administration. Those departments are similar. So the courses they also are similar. So let's assume that you are in year 1 or year 2 of a mechanical engineering, or let's say business administration, and you are switching over. So if you are coming over to petroleum, they look at the courses. Did you take calculus? Did you take physics? Did you take thermodynamics? Did you take, the courses that are related, general chemistry, physical chemistry? If you took those same courses, then you don't have a problem switching. If let's assume we are in banking and finance, they check, okay, did you take economics? Did you take mathematics? And those similar courses. But let's assume that you are in a course like tourism and hotel management, and you want to switch over to engineering. Those departments are completely divergent. They are not similar. So they look at it and they discover that, okay, you don't really have maybe that much of a course. Maybe only mathematics is similar or English is similar. So what they do is that when you come with your transcript, let's assume that you are year 3 there, they will only cancel the courses that you have taken in tourism and hotel management. Let's assume you are switching from there. They will cancel those courses that you are taking in tourism and hotel management that are being offered in engineering. So if the courses that you took from tourism and hotel management are, let's assume you are in year 3, and you've taken a total of, let's say, 30 courses, 5 per semester, year 3, that's 3 years, so 6 semesters, 30 courses. Now, and then out of those 30 courses, the courses that you have taken that are being offered in engineering, let's assume that you've taken, and then there are only 5. So they will cross out those 5 courses for you. And then what will happen is that you've lost, virtually, let's say, 2.5 years. So you are coming to start in engineering, but you are virtually starting from second semester, year 1, second semester. So these are the problems that you should know when you are changing courses. So, but if the departments are similar, let's assume you are in medicine, you are changing to nursing, or you are in, let's say, electrical engineering, and you are changing to computer, which are similar departments. When they cross out the courses for you, you may, at the end of the day, maybe you may have lost maybe just a semester, or you may have lost maybe just 2 semesters, or 3. You may have lost, just 2 courses or 3 courses, or at most you may have lost just a semester. So these are what you should take note of. So if you really want to change department, what you will do is you have to get the course catalog of each department have their course catalog. So you take the course catalog and you cross-check it with your transcript, and then you yourself can judge for yourself and see, okay, the courses that are being cancelled out for you. And then when you are making the application, we'll put you in as a transfer student, and the department will request for your transcript. So you send that, and then they will look at that, and then they will cancel the courses, and they will tell you on the admission letter that, look, so and so courses have been cancelled, while so and so courses are left for you to take. So that has to do with when it comes to transfer and change of department. Yes, you have to unmute, Mr. Emmanuel, so we can hear you now.
Sam, I hope that's okay by you now.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm clear.
All right. Any more questions before we call it a day? Okay. Since there is no question for us again, so I think at this moment I want to appreciate every one of you for coming around. I want to appreciate Mr. Yomide for making our time to be at this webinar, and also Mr. Innocent for coming around. Thank you so much. And I want to encourage every one of you, just go back to the WhatsApp group. We have dropped an information on what you should do for those that are interested, and we can pick it up from there. Sorry, before Mr. Yomide, before you go, please. Someone sent me that, but I didn't remember again. The person asked the admission, that is the session, how is it like? Do they start? Is it September? Is it November? Is it, how does it operate there? Sorry, please.
Okay, so based on this, yes, based on this now, we have a situation whereby there are two intake periods, but however, some courses are just one intake period. And a good example of that is medicine. So medicine, it's only by September that you can come in. Dentistry also same thing. However, for all other courses, you can come in either September or February intake. So you come on for September, it starts admission, or should I say course registration begins towards the ending of September and runs up until second week of October. So by second week of October and around that time, classes start. Now, for February time or spring intake like we have now, admission starts by ending of January, or let's say first week of February, and it runs until the midweek of March. So during that period, you should be able to do your course registration, because classes will start second week of March, or sometimes even the first week of March. So what I usually advise people to do is that you don't have to wait until semester begins to start your application, because you are applying from Nigeria. You have to take consideration of the cost of a ticket, because if you are booking your ticket late, it will get expensive and all that. So I usually advise start at the ending of the previous semester. So if you want to come in for spring, if you're applying now, you can come in, but just that you may come in a little bit late. So, but however, if you start applying from, let's say, first week of January, when the school is just going on holiday, by that time the offices are free, the school are on holiday, and because administrative staff don't go on holiday, they are free time in their hands. So your admission process will be fast. You can even get your admission letter out that same day. It happens, sometimes maybe the next day, as to it taking normally 5 days when admission season starts running. So it's always good for you to start early. Now, so you start at the ending of the previous semester. So if you are coming for spring, it's always good you apply from, let's say, first week of January. If you are coming during September, it's always good for you to start your application, let's say, first week of June, because during the summer there is a 3-month break. So you can start from first week of June or first week of July, and when it's the holiday period, and then by August you are already done. And while people are starting by September, you are already here. You can familiarize yourself with the island, and when semester begins, you have already gotten some, you've already gotten some exposure. You already passed what I call culture shock. Coming into a new place, and then you can be able to move on to do, your course, your what you really came here for. So I think that's that on when you should apply.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. So I know that some persons here are not in the group, WhatsApp group. You can chat me up. I drop the number so that we can give you the information on what you need to know. So please feel free to communicate with any of us. Our numbers are on the flyer for those of you that were able to get the flyers, and communicate with Double Success Consult, Educational Consult. Thank you very much. Thank you again, Mr. Ayomide. Thank you, Mr. Innocent, for making our time to come. God bless you. God bless you, everyone, for coming, and hope to see you soon. Thank you.